Sacred 2 has a more complex interface than most ARPGs, and a lot of it isn't explained at all. So let me walk you through each function and give you some bonus tips along the way. In the upper left corner, you will find your character portrait. The red bar represents your health, while the green bar shows your experience. Once the bar is full, you will level up. The game doesn't use mana or any other resource, so as long as your spell is off cooldown, you can use it again. Hovering to the left side of the screen reveals leftovers from the online mode. Although you likely won't use them nowadays, they include a list of players on your server, the maximum number of players, and an in-game chat. For further information, you can press on the small question mark in each box. In the bottom left corner are additional equipment slots that are often overlooked. Here you can socket relics, which grant different elemental armor increases, on top of various benefits to specific stats. And with the community patch installed, you can also socket a new type of item, called Sigil. These also provide armor and stat boosts, and offer an additional set bonus if you equip a full set. You can find your set bonuses if you hover over this icon, or by looking it up in the Sacred Wiki. You also don't need to wear them in the right order. As long as the full set is equipped in any slot, you will be granted the set bonus. In the middle of those slots is the Divine Gift button, where you can activate the God gift you chose during character creation. It can also be activated by pressing G, and this entire menu is called the Orb. When you check your keybinds, you will see an option for Orb page 1 to 4. This allows you to switch between the loadouts using the keyboard. But you can of course also do it with the mouse. Now in the center of the screen, we have the weapon set, compass, combat arts, and potions. You can equip up to 5 weapon sets here. A two-handed weapon will occupy 1 slot, and dual-wielding 2 one-handed weapons, or a one-handed weapon and a shield, also takes up 1 slot. You can switch between the loadouts using your mouse, or by using the F1 to F5 keys. In my opinion, having only 5 slots for combat arts is kind of limiting, but that's where the combo system comes into play. Normally you can equip only 2 combat arts in one combo. But if you choose the combat discipline as one of your skills, it increases to 3, and once you master it at 75 points, you can equip up to 4 in one combo. And then you only need to drag it over to the slot you want to equip it at. And yes, you can equip the same skill in every slot if you want it. You can switch between your combat arts by pressing the 1 to 5 key on your keyboard and then clicking on the right mouse button. If you enable Quick Cast in the gameplay options, you can activate your combat arts by pressing the corresponding key. And the combat arts will be cast in the direction where your mouse is pointing. The compass not only shows the directions, but also displays the time of day in the center, indicated by the sun and moon symbols. You can access the potion slots with your mouse, or the R to O keys. You can equip different potions, or the same one in each slot. The game has 5 different types of potions. The yellow ones are the concentration potion, which decrease the regeneration time of all combat arts. The blue ones are the mentor potions. They increase the experience you gain per kill. The red ones are of course the health potion, which you can also consume by pressing the spacebar. The green ones are the recovery potions. They neutralize a certain percentage of the damage over time taken. And lastly, the purple ones are the undead potions that help to prevent undead enemies from rising up again. There are two additional buttons in the center. One is for the menu, so you don't have to press the escape key, and one is for auto loot, which is also bound to the Q key. If you go to the gameplay options, under advanced settings, you can set up the loot filter for your collected items, which you will pick up with your auto loot function. What I really like about this game is that it allows you to do pretty much everything with your mouse. So if you want it, you can play with a mouse alone. Now let's go to the bottom right corner. Here we have 3 slots for buffs, but you can usually only equip one. The second slot unlocks once you choose the concentration skill. And if you master it with 75 points, you can equip a third buff. These buffs can be activated with your mouse or by pressing the 6, 7 and 8 key. Next to them we have the mount button. You can call your mount by clicking it with your mouse or by pressing the 0 key. The little helm button here opens the equipment menu, which you can also do by pressing F. If you now go to the mount section, you will see 2 slots. One is for the horse mounts and another one for the unique ones. If you wonder how to get the unique mounts, you can check out my recent video guide. The mount button will summon the mount you selected in this menu. The I button opens the attribute and skill menu, which you can also access by pressing C. And this one opens the combat art menu, which you can also open by pressing E. The button for the quest menu is this one. Here you can read about every accepted and completed quest. The next tab shows every book you have read. And the last one displays your unlocked achievements. You can also open up this menu by pressing L. The last button opens the map, which you can also do by pressing M. If you look at the top right corner here, you see an eye symbol. This lets you choose which markers to show on your map. And you have a pin icon here that allows you to place a custom map marker, which also appears on your minimap. Speaking of which, the minimap is the final part of the interface. The eye symbol does the same as on the big map. And this button lets you customize its settings, like the size, curvature, transparency and so on. Plus you can customize your tab map options here as well. Yes, this game actually has 3 different maps. The one you open with M, the minimap, and the one you open with tab. Now let me give you some additional tips. F7 lets you save the game at any time, which is crucial if you want to continue from your current location after exiting the game. If you don't use F7 before exiting, you will automatically spawn at the last visited monolith when you re-enter the game. F8 will teleport you to the last visited monolith, which is great for a quick escape. You can use W and S to walk back and forward, and A and D to rotate the camera, allowing you to move your character without clicking the mouse. Pressing X summons your carrier imp that gives you access to your personal and shared stash. You can pause the game by pressing P in single player, and if you play with any kind of minions, then you should definitely check out the controls for them, like toggling their attack range or setting them to group or single attack. If you found this guide helpful, then please don't forget to leave a like. And if you still have any questions, just let me know in the comments below.